What's up, guys? Paul Costa with Achilles Heel Tactical, and today we're going to be talking about scoop draw from retention. All right, guys, so when we're talking about scoop draw from retention, we need to think about the reason why we're scoop drawing. So for me, the reason why I like a scoop draw is because I like to be able to maintain the momentum all the way through the draw stroke. Anytime that you have to stop momentum and then regain it to present it to the target, I believe that's inefficient. If I don't have to do that, I'm not willing to voluntarily give up that time. So what I find to make this a little bit more consistent, whether it's my training belt that I'm wearing now or my duty belt that I have here, this is my actual work belt, I set them up in a way that allows me to facilitate a very clean, consistent draw without losing momentum, right? So you'll come over here. This is one of the things that I find makes it very easy to be able to scoop out of retention, and that's setting up the holster in the correct configuration. So I have a True North hanger here, and I have a QLS plate from Safariland canted in a negative cant. The negative cant, as you'll see, it's not extreme, although it looks like it is extreme on the plate. What this allows me to do is to drive into the gun and not have this extreme wrist angle like traditional Safariland holsters are that are canted a little bit forward like this. That's going to be hard to be able to scoop into the holster and deactivate the ALS retention system. So by putting it on a slight negative cant, this allows me to be able to scoop into the gun, deactivate the ALS system, and then present all the way through, not losing any momentum, which will ultimately result in a faster index, right? And that's the goal. We want to be able to get on target as soon as we can. So by finding out exactly with your hanger and your holster setup, and you don't have to have these QLS plates, you could direct mount them to the receiver, but whatever you want to do. I like the QLS plates for switching out different holsters, different guns, things of that matter. So I put it on a slight negative cant. The forks, you can get a little bit of cant on them, and I just kind of get as much as I can out of that, but you're not going to get a ton. The next thing, this is not a must, but for my hands, because I have nice small hands and I have short thumbs, I run the OT Defense nubs. The reason being is the whole point of a scoop, like I said, is to drive into the gun and not lose momentum. Well, if I drive into the gun and my thumb can't get to the ALS lever simultaneously or really slightly before, then that's going to cause a slight pause in the draw stroke, right? If I'm going to have a slight pause, well, then I've lost momentum, right? So I don't want that. So you have to make sure that you're able to get to the ALS system before you get your index on the gun, right? And what I'm looking to do is drive my index finger knuckle under here, and then when I get here with my firing hand, I need to make sure my thumb is on the lever so it can seamlessly come out and drive to the target. If this is lower, like some of the holsters without the nubs, and you have shorter fingers, there's going to be a slight pause, right? Keep in mind now, if you're running these for duty, and I do run these for duties, the more accessible that you make your holster to you, the more accessible you make it to your adversary. So this is something that you're going to have to decide. Hey man, if I want to do a scoop draw and run it on work, you might have to add one of these nubs, and if you do that, you do only make it easier for an opponent to take your gun from you, because now he has more access to deactivate that safety mechanism. So this will be something that you'll have to decide. For me personally, I don't find it being an issue. I've been running them like this for even without a scoop draw for 15 years, and it's never been an issue. All right, guys. So when I'm doing this scoop draw from retention, the way I like to conceptualize it is I like to lead with my thumb. Some guys like to lead with their index finger, and that's going to be their contact reference point. Me, I think about driving my thumb to the ALS, and that makes sure that I deactivate that safety. Also, by driving my thumb, it also ends up driving the index finger underneath the trigger guard, which is what I want. So when I'm doing my draw stroke, whatever position, I like to have a contact reference point here. We'll talk about contact reference points in a second. Right here is good for me. I just conceptualize driving the thumb to the ALS, right? As I drive the thumb to the ALS, it breaks it and allows me to keep constant momentum through the draw stroke, right? So I'll do it a little bit slow here, and it drives me right forward, right? We know about grip. We want to have a fast support hand. So I drive my hand simultaneously to the gun, set the grip, and come out. All right, real-time speed. So that's how I'm conceptualizing. I drive the thumb to the gun. All right. If you want to do a more traditional scoop draw, right, where you index your arm to the back of the gun and you let it hang, that's fine as well. That's the same thing. I'm going to conceptualize still driving my thumb to the gun, or to the, to the ALS mechanism. So if it's from here, it's the same difference, and I just come right out, right? Yes, my hand's traveling a little bit further, but you actually get a little bit more momentum. You can play with whatever you want your contact reference point to be for this. So whether it's down here, it doesn't matter, nice and slow. I'm driving this thumb to here, right to there, right? And then if I come to here, same thing, driving that thumb right to there. So we'll put some stuff on the pack timer here, and we'll get a look at that real-time speed in both draw strokes. So that's 8-1 A-zone hit. We're about 7 yards from the target. We'll put a little bit more hand speed on that. See if we can get that a little bit lower. That's a 7-9, still good. We'll pick that up a little bit more. And a 7-1, right around there to get good confirmation. That's kind of where my speed is. We could obviously get a little bit more hand speed to it. Fuck it, we'll do one more. We'll see if I can really launch this gun out of here. Try to get into the 6s with an accountable hit. That's a 7-1, we didn't make it. But nonetheless, you can play with this, get a little bit more hand speed. The key though is that we're not losing any momentum, and we're driving our thumb to the ALS system so we can keep fluidity through the draw stroke, right? That's gonna give us a good consistent grip, durable grip every time, and it's gonna give us probably around, you'll find probably about 2/10 by keeping momentum and not having to stop. So 163 for a bill drill. We'll see if we can get a little bit more on that. .164, first round of an 80. One slightly high. Gun was a little bit high when I started shooting there, but not a bad group. Give that another run. .156, first round of a 77, and we got a good bill drill, 7-yard bill drill. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So definitely doable, right? If you can definitely create a good, durable, consistent grip and get a fast first round and hold a nice, pretty tight grouping. So we made this video for you because we got a lot of questions about how I'm scoop drawing from retention. Hopefully this video put a little bit more clarity on how I'm accomplishing that. But just keep in mind, this is not me advocating for you guys to scoop draw from retention. If it's something you want to do, this is how I go about doing it. But I'm not saying that this is something that's necessary or you should be dumping a lot of time and energy into. Nonetheless, I like it. It gives me a good, consistent grip and gives me a fast index, which allows me to start shooting sooner, which ultimately produces a faster, more accurate result. So if you guys got any questions, throw them in the comments. Let me know. I'll help you any way I can.